too little, too late to ever try again. Too much, too little, too late. Free for all Fridays. These always make me happy. There's so much stupidity that goes on Free for All Fridays. It can't help but make you smile. Hey, TKD, Rickety, Skipper, and Martin. Cesaro's in, Cora's back. Rick Grimes, Licks is in. Bass Brothers, Bash Brothers could go either way. John and Timu gone. Hey, good to see you again. Ford Raptor, Jose Felix is in. Jamie's back. Holden, Jacob. Just got lucky, Lexi. That figures. Jamie, we already got I saw you had asked a question about that earlier. I was surprised. We already have our podcast is already up on Spotify. It's the only one of the servers of that nature that has been able to get us locked in already. I was very pleased. Didn't think that would happen that quick. Oh, Dragon Ball. Oh, Dragon Ball is so great, Holden. You gotta head to the gym? I I gotta start getting back to the gym. I say that it's just, and actually, the funny thing is, the gym is something I enjoy. It's not a lack of motivation, it's a lack of time. You got notification, Jamie? Wow. Wow, Susan. So let's talk about a Cesaro push. I don't think well, thanks, Jamie. I don't think it's ever going to happen in earnest anyway, Cesaro. They've had so many opportunities to push him, and they just haven't done it. I don't see it happening. Rick Grimes says, isn't it the best when you find the porn vid you were looking for? Yes. Yes, absolutely, 100%. When you have that specific need, want, desire, all of the above, whatever the case may be, and you finally get to it, yes, that it is a feeling of total accomplishment and release. Dragon says, hell is frozen over. Jim Cornette is suing someone instead of trying to hunt them down and kill them. I didn't hear about this, Dragon. Who is he suing? Oh wait, wasn't that was that over the comments he made during the broadcast? I'm assuming. Yeah, you're Cornette again. Cornette's all right. I've met him a couple times, but he's a little too over the top. He really believes his own hype and artificially inflates his own hype as well. Fourth day in a row, nice, Cesaro. Good point, BTG made. Who are talking about how cool it is when you find the porn video you want, and BTG says best is when you find better by accident. That's happened too. Those are the kind of days that you kind of want to write them down in a special spot in your memory. You know that was a really good day when you're searching for a specific porn video and you find something that turned out to be even better than what you were looking for. You realize, guys, I was going to say right after the stream, you know what I'm going to be doing, but I might be looking for porn during the stream, so you guys can't see my hands from this angle anyway. Is this not porn? It could be, but with this face being front and center, you'd probably have to have a series of issues for it to be porn, but I am all for it. Of course, you're now Jesus to me. Rick Ryan says, that was a good point, wasn't it, Rick? I mean, seriously, that I hadn't thought of it that way, but he's right. As cool as it is to find the one you want, there's maybe nothing better than the surprise of finding one that was even better than what you were looking for. Arthur, ain't that the goddamn truth? One piece that makes you cry over a boat. I am just, you guys, for those of you who aren't with us over at the Goosh, which is our Patreon, I'm, as you can tell, I just am coming to the end or the wind up of the Ennis Lobby arc, and I am just overwhelmed with the emotional way that the Going Merry went out and the way it was all portrayed. Oh man, this goddamn that storytelling in One Piece is just beyond compare. BTG says, with an ugly old dude, no offense, it's hentai. No offense taken. See, to me, BTG, there's no sense in getting offended about something that's the truth. It's like, I'm not going to get offended if one of you guys calls me a fat guy, because I'm a fat guy. I'm not going to get offended if you call me bald, shaved, whatever, because I am. And I'm not going to get offended if somebody calls me an ugly old dude, because I can see the monitor. All the evidence is in your favor. Wonder if One Piece will ever make us cry over something really stupid like a tree or a rock. At this point, Lifer, I could see it. I could see it happening. And if Oda decides to do it, I'm sure it would be done effectively too. It's fun. It's really fun that Curtis ready to get drafted. Drafted into what? I'm afraid to ask, Kira. It's kind of fun now with having the podcast, and I'm really excited about the podcast because I love having conversations with you guys. But it's fun, the yin and the yang of that. The podcast where it's lighthearted, but we talk about real issues and stay on point all day. And then it's fun the next day to come in and do a free for all Friday where it's just, well, we start right off the bat with serious discussion about whether it's a greater rush to find the porn video you're looking for or to find an unexpected video while looking that surpasses the one you were originally seeking. This is the type of stuff that's important. The problem is One Piece hits very high until after 500, Pizza Man says, and it takes so long to get going. Really? I've been so enamored with this show. It's just so good. Jamie says, I just found you on Spotify and follow you. Thanks, Jamie. I still feel awful I can't currently support you on Patreon. Oh, don't worry about that. I'm focusing on saving money this year. That makes me feel like I lost my place in the game. Not at all. And that's why, too, Jamie, with, because I understand that happens completely. And some people just don't want to join over there. That's why I make sure, though, all the podcasts will be up at YouTube for free. I mean, as soon as we're done recording them, they'll be over at YouTube. And I know the only thing that sucks is because when you're at them live at the Goose, then you can be a part of the podcast. But in any event, they'll always, between the avenues like Spotify to listen to the podcast and it being up at YouTube, everybody, I'll make sure you guys are always included. You don't have to spend anything to experience the podcast. BTG says, don't worry, the ugly bastard law of proportionality means that the uglier the old dude, the hotter the chick. Holy shit. Then there's got to be a smoking hot one coming into this story here. I like that. I like that level of proportionality, BTG. I'm on board. Battle Amore says, here is a gift to me. You're one of the honest, hilarious men I have seen. Hope you continue to make videos and hope you stay happy. Well, thank you. That was very kind of you. I appreciate that a lot, Battle Amore. Very nice of you to say. Thank you. I tell you, I just have so much fun. So much fun. I'm so fortunate that every day I enjoy what I do. Whether the first thing I do when I get up is make videos for the Goose, the Patreon. So I get to watch anime first thing. Then later in the afternoon, it's stuff like this, or earlier in the afternoon, it's stuff like this. It's actually getting to come on here and just hang out with you guys and just have a blast. I mean, I words can't describe how fortunate I am. They really can't. Waifu t-shirt contest. Let's do it. Smokey Loki says, oh, you know me, Loki. I got a ton of... I got to get more actual waifu ones. I have a lot of anime t-shirts, but not a ton that specifically geared towards my individual waifus. I'll take care of that. I got a couple with Saris on it, but they're not like, the hot Saris with the boobies falling out and everything. It's her and Alucard together and stuff. Yeah, I got it. Oh, all right. Or I could read this the way you meant it and say that waifu wet t-shirt contest, let's put them in wet t-shirts, in which case I will have lost interest in anything else that goes on. Could you imagine a wet t-shirt contest? Saris Victoria, Nico Robin, Akino. Oh, I can't think about that too long or we'll be done here. And I'll be done here. Ben Crabtree, hey Curtis, I've been an Eagle for a few months, but I had to stop because of my finances. Keep up the fantastic work. I'll be back on it soon. No problem, Ben. Like I say, I completely understand that. And again, as far as the podcast and everything, they will always be available for free at YouTube, available for free on the podcast outlets. Again, the only thing that sucks is, when you watch them live at the Goose, you can be a part of them. But again, you'll get back to that at some point, but I'll always make sure you guys have them available to you. Uh, oh shoot. You want message was retracted, but thank you for the support. Hold on, I gotta make sure I didn't miss anything. Montgomery, I have nothing to say. You just deserve my time and money. Keep doing what you're doing. Well, thank you. Man, you guys are really making me feel good today. Holy crap. I'm on a rush now. Thank you, Montgomery. I appreciate that. Seriously, that kind of stuff means a lot to me. Um, oh, someone tried to sell Firewall Dragon. We're talking back about Jim Cornette. Someone tried to sell a FJC shirt because Cornette had some brutal comments about his indie wrestling light tube stunt in Indiana. Someone tried to sell. Cornette had some. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Because he had some brutal comments about it. Okay, I got what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Wow, you're right. Well, and Cornette, uh, again, I don't want to give the wrong impression. It's not like I know Jim Cornette like a friend, but I've been on shows with him a few times, and yeah, his hubbub, he is crazy. It wouldn't surprise me that he would shoot somebody at some point, but he just, I don't know. He's not my kind of guy. Put it that way. BTG says, "Bitch, please put Alucard in a wet T-shirt too." Well, I wouldn't say no to that. Alucard's hot. I'm not gonna argue with you on that one, Val. Ben says, "Take another fiver, my guy, while I'm at it. Are you excited for the TFS Boo Saga?" Oh yeah. Well, anything Team 4 Star does, but particularly Ben, when it's DBZA, that's what got me into anime. I mean, so that always, I'm sure you guys are the same way with the first anime that you watched. That'll always have a really special place for me because, again, that's how the love of anime all began. For those who weren't with us, what happened was the gang here had been, for not like a period of years, but it had come up here and there about I should really try out anime because they knew that I liked cartoons. And I had, for one thing, I had the wrong impression of anime, so I didn't think I would like it. And they said, well, at least try this abridged. And they were talking about TFS's DBZA, of course. I was like, well, I don't know the original content. And they said, you don't have to. It's still funny as hell. You'll love it. So I tried it, and they were right. I thought it was great. And then I was like, well, now that still doesn't say that I'm going to like traditional anime. So we started watching clips of Dragon Ball. And then next thing I know, I was watching Naruto. And before I know it, that's all, when it comes to entertainment, that's all I want to watch now is anime. And I do, seriously, have you guys to thank for it because I never would have tried it. Even though Rax tried to talk me into it here or there, I probably never would have really gotten into it if it hadn't been for you guys. Let's see. Hope you have an awesome day. I need to go to sleep since tonight here. Okay, Battle Amore. Well, thank you for being in with us, pal, while you could. I appreciate that. Milok says, damn, the one time I got a notification, I was busy playing with my junk. I don't want to interrupt that. But don't worry, I came as fast as I could. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Jamie says, I respect equal opportunity porn. Now jack it on screen for a Susan wants to watch. I don't know. I don't know if my webcam, I can get it to zoom that much. Oh, Jesus Christ, Josh. What's your favorite Devil Artemis video? I don't know how you come up with a favorite there. I think all of his stuff is so goddamn funny. I don't know how you elevate one to the top of the heap. DA is just a freaking legend as far as I'm concerned. Dragon says, Cornette is friends with a good lawyer, and the guy tried to sell his name and face without his permission. Ah. Also, I agree with Jim about using light tubes in wrestling. Stupid. No, that I agree with too. And again, just because I don't particularly care for the man, it's not that I think he doesn't have anything to add. It's not that I think he's not a legend in the business. He clearly is. Absolutely is. And I respect the fact that he has just insane amounts of knowledge of the business as well. So don't get me wrong. It's just on a personal level, on a personality level, he was just never my type of guy. But no, he knows the business as well as anybody I've ever met. Did you hear that new Trump tape about Yovanovitch? The tape? No, I don't think so, Jar. I don't think I've heard. I knew about the emails, and the exchange of information where they were tracking or so on and so forth. But no, I don't remember hearing anything about a tape yet. Oh, jeez. Captain Kidd says, Hi, Curtis. Is Chicago nice? I'm going there for work and not sure what to expect from it. Haven't done any research yet. Want to hear your opinion first. I haven't been there in a lot of years, Captain Kidd. Um, it all depends what you Chicago, like any other major city or pretty much any city, you gotta be careful about where you are. There are some really really rough areas in Chicago, but the Chicago has also some great restaurants, great everything. I mean, it's a city similar to New York where you can just have something to entertain yourself endlessly. Uh, the weather can be bitter. You get a lot of in the wintertime, as we're in now, you get a lot of wind chill off the lakes. You get a lot of snow squalls that are lake effect. So you got to make sure you are prepared for the cold. And the big thing is, and it's not hard to figure out. Just ask around, even do a little research online. Just stay out of the bad areas. Stay in the areas where typically are more touristy. I do remember when I was there, the because I was there last time I was there, it was on bus, and the area around the bus station. Ooh, yeah, I'm not sure that area is better than being in a hole with ISIS in Afghanistan. It's kind of rough, but again, don't let it intimidate you. As long as you're careful about where you are and what you're doing, Chicago is great. Oh my god! Oh, cool! You joined the goose. Cool. Good to have you. I'm glad. I'm be giving you guys an update. Uh, I'll be giving you guys an update on when we're going to do the next podcast soon over at the Goose. The next podcast taping. The Trump tape about Yovanovitch is said to actually have him blatantly saying to get rid of her. Really? Hold on a second. Now you guys got me curious. Now I wanna check. I don't know how I missed that. Yovanovitch tape. Let's see what comes up here. Trump apparently captured on tape a small gathering, including Parnas speaking about get her out tomorrow. I don't care. Get her out tomorrow. Take her out. Okay, do it. Well, so basically, yeah. But what I'm reading here just off the top, yeah, it just looks like. Again, it gets. I know it gets the Twitter mobs very hopeful whenever anything comes along, but just from a quick cursory glance, it sounds like he's saying to get her out of the job which she was taken out of. Yeah, but see, Jar, that's the leap that people want to make because they hate Trump. But now again, and this was just a cursory glance, but I'm already reading where what they're saying is he said take her out, get her out of there, and then she was fired. She was relieved of her duty. So you're gonna have to make a leap to say that Trump is calling for her death when he did remove her and he's saying get her out. Now, if you have issue with why he removed her from the position, that's an entirely different story. Then you got something there. Light tubes, that copyright free name for lightsabers? Might have to start watching. Nah, just using the lighting tubes for smashing each other over the head with or crashing through them type thing. Um, Dragon, I do agree with this. New York style pizza is 1,000 times better than deep dish. Deep dish has too much bread. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of deep dish pizza, and for those who don't know, that deep dish is Chicago style. That I agree with, but it's also New York style is what I grew up with. So I do agree with that, but Chicago still has some just insanely good restaurants, and not just talking about 5-star, get dressed up and take it up the bunghole for the price you're gonna pay. I mean, just on the street vendors types things, they got all kinds of good food. But I do agree with that. Again, that's with a bias, because New York style is what again I've grown up with. Jarvis, hey Curtis, I thought you'd give you a little something. Hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoying your reaction, my friend. Keep up the great works. Well, thank you, man. You guys, I can't tell you how good you guys are making me feel today. I never had a stream like this with this many comments of this nature and everything. Thank you, Jarvis. I appreciate that a lot. Very kind of you. You guys really, I'm feeling good today. BTG says politicians pretend to not be corrupt. I, however, am all for transparency. Vote for me in the next election. Bribe rates on page 4. See, that's how it should be, though, BTG. The bribe rates should be put right out there. People should get to know. They should know in advance what they're paying for. I think that's the proper way to do it. You should have on page 4 BTG. You should have like levels. Here's your bronze level of support. Here's your silver level. Here's your gold level, and here's what you get for it. If you're up to the gold level, hell, you can get somebody. You got an Epstein situation in your life, you can have an accident in prison. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it should be made public. Jan Luis says, I love WWE. Do you? I love the business. I love wrestling. I watch WWE. I enjoy it. I've started watching it a little more recently because the writing, to me anyway, I mean, everything is just opinion, but the writing recently has finally gotten better. The only reason I stopped watching was I thought the writing was just so horrific. It just wasn't good. And it has gotten better. So I'm watching more now. I'm a big admirer of the workers, of the wrestlers. Got some great athletes, great performers, but the writing was so bad for so long. Jack Queen, what's this shift speech? People want to blow him. Well, you know what it is too, Jack Queen. You got to remember too, of course, Twitter is the land of the far left and the echo chambers. So anytime, basically, as long as anybody's willing to say, and I'm not sticking up for them, I'm just stating the facts, as long as anyone is willing to say in some form or another, Orange Man bad, then the Twitter mobs will be more than happy to bend over and give it up to them. Smokey Loki says, as president, you will have all trains in America rounded up and forced to work in goose camps, or will you exile them to Chicago? Oh, yeah. Oh man, that might even be too good for them. As president, I gotta come up with a real method of punishing the trains. And listen, you guys know we've got just tens of thousands of hours of content to prove that the trains have done nothing but torture me for years here. So I'll come up with something even more imaginative. But that's not a bad jumping off point. Get them in the goose camps or Chicago. Straga, The Chosen. Bleach reactions. How we doing, by the way? Enjoying life? Always enjoying life. Having a really good day today. Yes, Bleach reactions are coming up at the Goosh. They are, I got to remember our schedule here. We're doing Attack on Titan now. As soon as that finishes, we're jumping over to Bleach. Bleach should be next. Jamie says, do you know what outdoes New York style pizza? Jersey style. I like Jersey pizza. I'm in Jersey quite, well, not as much anymore. I used to be. New York's crust tends to be thinner and Jersey's somewhat thicker. Yeah, I agree with that. Fun fact, I'm from Jersey and I use pizza crust as a teething ring. That's kind of cool, Jamie. No, I do. I like both. I like the thin and the thick crust. But yeah, I've had a lot of really good Jersey pizza. My favorite pizza though, guys, and I can't state enough, you get a chance. I always forget the name, but if you get to go to Disney World, do not miss this if you like pizza. In Epcot, they have the World Showcase where you walk around that big circle and all the different countries are there. Go in the Italy section, walk in, go straight to the back of that Italy section. You'll see a little pizza place in the very back. Unbelievable. Oh my God. It is by far my favorite pizza place. Oh, it's so freaking good. And outside of that, prior to that, it had always been Rose's Pizza down in New York City, which I still love. But, oh, that pizza place in Italy. Again, if you guys are fans of pizza and you get to Disney, do not miss that. Omega says, what do politicians and a good burger have in common? You never know if they're going to run. Politicians, why is it become, I was thinking this the other day, and it's both sides of the aisle. I'm not picking on one side or the other. Why do they all end up, why does it seem like so many politicians are socially awkward, obnoxious douchebags? It seems like every one of them, to try and relate to the common man, do something completely out of their element to make themselves look stupid, whether it's some sort of dancing or if it's some sort of pop culture involvement or something. And you can tell they're completely out of their element. And instead of sitting back and watching the young people or the group do their dance or or do whatever it is they're there for. They want to be a part of it to show that they're cool too. And then even you had like Bernie Sanders. I'll give him credit. At least he played it off. Bernie Sanders hitting the speed bag. And it's like you can tell he's never thrown a punch in his life, and of course he hits and punches him in the face. I'll give him. And you guys know I do not like Bernie Sanders. I have no use for socialism, but you got to give credit where it's due. At least he played it off like a normal human being instead of a robot, because he hits the bag a couple times. It comes back and hits him in the face, and Bernie like gives it the holy shit, I'm going down. Although maybe he wasn't playing, he is rather old. Maybe it did almost knock him out, but he took it well. But just stuff like that. It's like you don't have to pretend you're something you're not. We don't expect a 78-year-old Democratic socialist from Vermont to know how to hit a speed bag. But I'm not just picking on him. That was just one that came to mind. James Brantley, as a professional wrestler, what's your take on CM Punk in and out of the ring? Also love your ERB reactions. Thank you, my friend. Oh, I love ERB. In the ring, I think Punk is a great worker, fun to watch, tells a good story. Outside the ring, I think he's kind of a whiner. He gets under my skin. Too much whining. I mean, everything that doesn't go Punk's way has got to be somebody else's fault, and I'm not a fan of that. Can't take anything away from him as a worker, though. Really, really exceptional wrestler. Excellent wrestler. Let's see. It was also a mini arcade place. Oh, I missed what that was about, Jonathan. What? Oh no, TKD. What does Stephen Hawking and a refrigerator have in common? The refrigerator runs and Stephen Hawking doesn't. Pokemon go to the polls. Hillary Clinton 2016 gone says. How much do I like anime? Oh, you kidding? It's that is my form of entertainment nowadays. I just love it. Brother E says best pizza has to. I've never heard of this place. Has to be L&B Spumoni Gardens in Bensonhurst and Brooklyn. I haven't been to the Bensonhurst section in years, long time, brother E. I don't know that one. There's lots of great pizza places in New York. I'm sure. Excuse me, if I got down there as much as I used to, and made it a point to try more of them, I might even be able to find somebody that surpasses Rose's. But for me, Rose's pizza is good. But it's their style of sausage that's real. I love sausage pizza, just like the porn videos. I love sausage pizza, and the sausage at Rose's is just ridiculous. BTG says, Orange Man bad, sell spoiled fruit. Goodfellas or Scarface? Oh, Smoky Appleseed, both. How can you not like both of them? I mean, if I'm gonna sit down and can only watch one or the other, probably Goodfellas, but just by a little. I mean, they're both great movies. Smokey Loki, seeing the Going Merry come to rescue the Straw Hats made me cry like a little girl, and I loved it. Can't wait for the next one. I'm with you, Loki. That's just amazing. That was as bad as my memory is. No worries there. That'll stay with me forever. Those scenes, God damn. I'm trying to figure out what that voice is. You know, while they're hearing the voice coming to rescue them, and just and then the next episode and the saying goodbye, and when the Mary talks about how she had wanted to stay with them forever and go on adventures with them forever, and then Luffy apologizing to her and when he's saying Zoro and Sanji are stupid, they broke a lot of stuff. It was just, god damn. It's just unbelievable. I mean, Oda is clearly and without question an absolute genius. Alyssa says, when are you going to do a drive stream? I'm going to do a drive stream. When are you going to do a live stream whilst wearing Nappa Saiyan armor outfit, showing off them biceps and all? I'd have to do a lot of training first, Alyssa. The biceps aren't what they used to be. Well, and it's just because, and I don't want to make excuses, but I love what I do every day, but what I do every day sits me in front of the computer for long periods of time, and I gotta start doing more training. I don't think the biceps are what they used to be anymore. Let's see. I can't even get it in camera range. Yeah, the biceps have taken a beating. They don't have nearly the pop they once had. Oh, that's depressing. Yeah, biceps aren't what they once were. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. Has an accident. Edgar says had an accident at work. Ooh, no, got hurt, but man, does it lower your confidence. That's scary. Ever had accidents in your working days? Yes. P.S. Where's Fatty Patty Vap video? You lost me on that one, Edgar. It was probably something I've forgotten. Fatty Patty Vap video? Fatty Patty or Fat video? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Yes, I have. I've gotten not serious injuries, what I would classify as serious injuries, but I've been dinged up at work a bunch of times, especially doing what I did. You guys know for years, I used to work in the sanitation department, run behind the garbage truck. No way to avoid getting hurt between the amount of weight you're carrying and the running through ice and snow and cutting back and forth or in and out of traffic and everything. And just the number of miles, to a jive stream, Jack Queen says, the number of miles you put in every day. So I've been dinged up. But it's just one of those things you just got to kind of try and chalk it up to nature of the beast and not dwell on it. Captain Kidd says, thanks, Curtis. We'll stick to the less dodgy places, but I'm kind of used to them being from South Africa and also, maybe they'll feel like home. Okay, see, I didn't know that, Captain Kidd. Yeah, so you understand. In other words, you know how to be careful about your surroundings if you're from South Africa. Yeah, so that's all it is. Just be aware of where you are, but you'll have a good time in Chicago. There's no reason not to. There's so much to see and do. Again, can't back off that. Even in Chicago, you can find New York-style pizza places. If you haven't had both, I encourage you to try them both and let me know what you think. Because, as I said earlier, Chicago's cool, but New York-style pizza kicks the shit out of deep dish Chicago pizza. Let's see. Firewall Dragon says, what do you call a deaf gynecologist? A lip reader. That's pretty good, Dragon. I've never heard that one. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that one. Brother E says, oh, Curtis is great. Oh, we're talking about the pizza joint. L&B is a family-owned pizza place, been around for over 80 years. Wow. It's just a good old mom-and-pop pizzeria from an Italian family that emigrated to New York. Excellent family place. Yeah, I probably would like that, Brother E. I never got down to that section of Brooklyn all that often anyway. But yeah, that's something that if I were still going regularly, I would jot down so I could go check it out. BTG says, what are your thoughts on Ugandan Knuckles wrestling? Ugandan Knuckles is wrestling? Oh no. Oh no. He knows the way into the ring? Oh no. I don't know about that, BTG. And that's the first I've heard of it. I can't even imagine. Let's see. You like deep dish? Do you? My wife does too. I can't get into it, Wolverine. Not compared to New York style. Lip reader, that was good, Jack Queen. M. This is why I love M. M fits our mold here so well with things like this. My favorite NFL player is Aaron Hernandez. He was a killer. Jamie says that was a good one. Uncle Curtis is the ultimate lip reader. I'd like to be. Zeno the Wise says, how does it feel to be in the top percentile of people who are familiar with anime and memes compared with age? It's funny, Zeno. I wonder if it has a lot to do with the fact, just like I said, from the time I was a little kid, I've always been a cartoon fanatic. I love cartoons. I still do to this day. And now with the enjoyment of anime, but you're right, anime is for the most part completely foreign to people of my generation. So I never really get to talk anime unless it's with you guys. I tell you what though, my wife will even admit, if she were here, she would tell you guys. She always said, like, we'll go to Disney. I love Disney, but I love anime most of all. So I wear my anime shirts at Disney. It's what I like. And we'd go down. She go, why are you wearing those? She says, nobody's gonna know what that is. I said, wait a second, it's anime. I said, people know what it is. And she will tell you, she constantly is amazed because I get stopped and people compliment my t-shirts more than they'll mention, because she wears nothing but Disney gear down there, more than they even mention all her Disney stuff. She keeps saying to me, she's like, how does everybody know who these characters are? And it doesn't even have to be, the mainstream Western ones like Dragon Ball or One Piece or anything like that. I get lots of comments on some of the Overlord shirts I've worn. Lots of comments on the Hunter x Hunter shirts. And she'll even admit to you, she says she had no idea that the anime in general had such a huge fan base, and I've tried to explain to her it's crazy, crazy big. It's as big as the Disney fan base. Um, James says, was mad that ERB didn't catch his Thanos, LOL. Are you going to be reacting to comedy in the future? I don't know what you mean, James. What type of comedy? I wasn't mad. They're really good guys. Take it from me, guys. After having interactions with the gang at ERB, really good people, excellent people, very polite, just very giving people. I mean, I don't have enough good things to say about them. No, and I completely get that. I only mentioned it to them because we had talked about me being White Thanos so many times here, but and in fairness to them, by the time I contacted them, they had already shot the material anyway, and that's my fault for not getting a hold of them earlier because I'm a patron of theirs. I subscribe to their channel. I follow them on social media, so it was my fault for not getting to them earlier. But they're the best. They're just, it's great when it's the same with Brandon Rogers, the same with Devil Artemis, the same with ERB. It's so much fun when you become a huge fan of somebody's art, of somebody's work, and then you find out that they're really great people besides. It's the absolute best. Oh, excuse me. Hello, Fatty Patty. Hello, Fatty Patty. I'm lost on that one. Zeno says, did you hear about the Mexican magician? He said he would vanish on the count of 3. He counted uno, dos, and then poof, he disappeared without a trace. Oh, Zeno. Oh, oh, that was horrible. I liked it. I love terrible jokes. um, Till the end of time says, have you got to ride Captain EO ride at Disney? No, I never did. Well, we go to Disney World, not Disneyland. If I'm not mistaken, isn't Captain EO, wasn't that only Disney World? It might have, or I'm sorry, Disneyland. If it was at Disney World, it was there before we started going. But I think it might be only Disneyland. James says, oh, stand-up comedy. React to stand-up comedy? I don't know. I never really thought that much about reacting to it. I watched tons of it. It'd be hard to find comedians that, I haven't seen because I'm a big stand-up comedy fan. So, most of the specials, a lot of the stuff that's just put out through YouTube, I've already seen because that's something I do in my leisure time all the time. You guys know I'm a big stand-up nut. Stand-up nut. But how does King Crimson work? Now I'm confused again, BTG. What do you mean, what King Crimson? I'm so confused today. Brother E says that Aaron Hernandez documentary was insanely good. I didn't get to see it. Although his actions are not acceptable, you can really see how concussions and CTE can really impact one's mentality. I get that too, Brother E, and then I start to worry if that's going to be another case of every time an ex-athlete or something does something like that, is that going to be what they lay it off on? I mean, sometimes people are just shitty people. It doesn't always have to be a result. Well, and with my level of brain damage, I've got a built-in excuse when I finally do snap. Let's put it that way. Okay, don't worry, Curtis. Most people are confused about King Crimson. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're talking about there. Do I like ventriloquism? When I was a kid, Jonathan, I actually had a ventriloquist dummy, and I worked on it a little bit. So I always thought it was cool. Not something that I ever would have really stayed with or anything, but it's cool. I like Jeff Dunham. I think he does, his show is excellent. Ah, King Crimson, is that when a lady splashes over royalty? Jack Queen says. Ah, Zeno, when is your door not a door when it's ajar? You're punching me in the guts today. Jamie says, so getting back to pizza. My hometown pizza joint in Woodbridge, New Jersey was San Remo's, right on Main Street. Happy memories. My introduction to Coke took place there when I was the tender age of 5. Oh, wow. That's cool. I think everybody's got pretty much everybody, or at least in America, pretty much everybody has a pizza place story of some sort. Whether it's like later in life for me, like I'm so geeked out for that place in Italy and Epcot, or as you said, Jamie, just some place you grew up with. I mean, my early pizza places would be when I was in high school in a little town called Cobleskill, New York, and it was a college town, and it was a very small population, but we had like 8 different pizza joints because it's a college town, and oh, some of them were so good. That's pretty good. I like that, BTG. When it's a door, not a door. When it's an enemy stand. Goddamn, JoJo was good. I am so glad you guys got me into that. Why don't you watch Dragon Ball moments anymore? I just watched them not too awful long ago. There's not as many for me to find. I'm back to rewatching some because we've seen so many Dragon Ball moments. But as I was saying when I was watching those, I don't mind rewatching now. I'm getting more and more nostalgia feelings for a lot of the anime that I've seen. I want to watch. I want to rewatch and don't have time, so it's fun to just watch in clips. I can't relate to these pizza stories. I'm freaking Canadian. Smoky Appleseed said. we can do some stories about syrup too. Waterground says, "What's up, Curtis? Got my notification from YouTube. Wow, notifications. Doggone, Susan. And also, I recommend watch Overflow. I don't even know what Overflow is. Did you hear what TKD says? Did you hear about the New Orleans Saints got rolled up in the Catholic Church abuse scandal? I'm like, what the hell? No. For real? Something going on there? No, I didn't hear about that. Have you seen? Lick says, have you seen that pizza in Japan that has 1 kilogram of cheese? No. There's a lot of things. Japan has moved. I've told you guys before. I really would love to be able to do some international travel because I haven't done it outside of the States. I've only been to Mexico and Canada, and I would really love to do some international travel. Excuse me. And Japan has accelerated now with my love of anime, has accelerated to the top of my list. But if they have 1 kilogram of cheese on a pizza, that's all the more reason to go. Omega says, pizza's pizza. I don't care how it's made. Yeah, it's very rare that I'll get a pizza that I don't like. I mean, there's certainly pizzas that I like more than others, but you're right. There's one local place here, and I'm not going to say the name only because I don't like their pizza. If I did, I would say it. But I've just never liked their pizza. The way they do it, for one thing, they put 2 levels of sauce on it. It's like there's sauce on the crust, then the cheese, and they put more sauce on top. Similar somewhat to Chicago style. I never liked that, but that place has the best hot roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. So we go down there. My wife gets the pizza because she does like it prepared that way, and I get the roast beef. I'm getting really hungry. Lucky Arcea says Hawaiian is the best pizza. End of story. We have that conversation all the time. I'm in the camp of pineapple on pizza is against every law of nature and humanity and violates us in every way. My wife is the exact opposite. She loves pineapple on pizza, loves Hawaiian pizzas. Kenji, how was today's One Piece video? We were talking about those earlier, Kenji. Man, it's just unbelievable. It's amazing that as the meat of that arc of, saving Nico Robin, as the meat of that arc has already been wound up, how the aftermath now that I'm into is just tearing you up emotionally as well. And now what the last thing I saw today was Luffy's grandpa. I was like, okay, what the fuck now? Garp? I can't wait to find out what that deal is. Crust, sauce, cheese, sauce, crust, cheese crust. Yeah. I like the more classic, New York style. Damn, now I want. I was thinking the same thing, Omega. That's probably going to be what I end up going out and getting us for dinner now. He's saying, damn it, now I want pizza. We've talked about it so much. We've got a pizza place not far from us. It's about a 15-minute ride. And I think I'm going to go over there. It's called Manhattan Pizza. It's not in Manhattan, just the name of the place. I think I'm going to go over there. They have fantastic pizza over there. I think that's going to be where I go for dinner. Wait, that's lasagna. My wife, I can't eat dishes that have too much cheese. I never have. It just doesn't sit with me well. As a matter of fact, really the only dish I eat with cheese is pizza. I'm not a big cheese fan generally. My wife hasn't made a lasagna, and of course my wife's Italian. She hasn't made a lasagna in forever. I don't eat it, so I don't know. But everybody, I mean, if my wife makes a lasagna, it's like our house immediately starts filling with people from everywhere. Everybody says hers, her lasagna is fantastic, but again, because all the cheese, I can't eat it. Gypsy says, "Can you go Super Saiyan?" Not so far, but I am not going to give up the battle. I keep trying. Typically, when I try real hard to go Super Saiyan, I just end up pooping in my pants. But I mean, it's part of it, right? It's the training. But I try. Nothing? No. Shit. I'll get there. BTG says, then you're in luck. No such thing as too much cheese. It's actually weird, BTG, because one thing, I hate American cheese. Like if we have to have fast food for dinner, I run over to McDonald's or something, and I don't know why it's so difficult. It seems to be the toughest thing in the world at fast food joints for them to make you a burger plain. Don't understand why, but it is what it is. If they put cheese on it, it's warm enough that it melts into the burger. I have to throw it away. If there's nobody else in the house that'll eat it, I mean, I literally can't eat it. I'll throw it away first, and then I have to find something else to eat. I can't do it. That American cheese will make me yak. And I don't know why and again, it melts in just enough that you can't just pull it off. So, pull it off. Arthur, favorite anime you finished so far? Favorites are always tough for me. That I'm completely done with, I always lean towards Hunter x Hunter. If it's not Hunter's right there at the very top. Hunter x Hunter was just stunningly fantastic. But now I've seen so many other things too that have been pure brilliance, and brilliance in different ways that Hunter x Hunter was brilliant, and that's what makes it hard. I mean, even things like the lesser known animes like Kids on the Slope. That ended up being so good. You know, a slice of life anime, and it was so entertaining. It was so well done. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. But Enzo Nader over at the Goosh, Enzo has sponsored a couple series, and they've both been slice of life. And as a matter of fact, he's sponsoring a new one now, another slice of life one. And he just came to me with the other day. Hopefully Sunday the first episode will be up. That looks like it's going to be really good. But Enzo sponsored Kids on the Slope and Usagi Drop, and those were just so good. So it's hard to say, because anime comes in so many different varieties, what the absolute best is. But goddamn, Hunter x Hunter was fantastic. Omega says, "Well, now I'm hungry. Curse you all." Me too, pal. I just ate lunch not that long ago too, and now I'm already freaking starving. Dragon says, "My favorite food with cheese is shepherd's pie." I've never had shepherd's pie, Dragon. Well, it could be why, maybe because of the cheese, but I've never had shepherd's pie. I have to ask my wife. I want to say she had said something before about she used to have it as a kid or something, but I'll have to ask her. But I've never had shepherd's pie. BTG says, "Is it the added patriotism in the American cheese? Apparently, too much patriotism can make people sick." Could be, BTG, because I'm not a cheese fan at all. But it's not all American cheeses. There's just some, and by some I mean specifically those style that they use at McDonald's. And you guys have all, I'm sure, everybody's been to McDonald's. That cheese that they use, oh my God. I don't have words to describe to you how gross I find it. Oh man, even thinking about eating, Jesus. Hey, Smoky Loki, I'm going to remember, hold on, magenta. Thank you very much for the magenta sky. I'm getting this M. I'm getting it now. That's like twice in a row, I think, that I've had the word magenta come to me, like, right off the top. Hey, we're getting there. Thank you for the magenta sky, Smoky Loki. Hey, chat, hug your parents and tell them you love them. They won't always be here. My father passed away a year ago. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And I regretted never reconciling with him while he was here. That's hard. But I'm grateful for Curtis and the community here that helped me get through it. Oh, Loki, that's rough. That's hard. And, I mean, the only thing I can say in instances like that, and I completely get where you're coming from, where you feel that, that it was incomplete because you didn't get to reconcile with him is without knowing him, but being a parent and knowing the circumstances, I think, and I'm not a believer in the afterlife and things of that nature, but if I'm wrong and it's there, I think he understands. I would. If it were me, I would. Even if things had gone wrong and when I went out, things weren't on the best of terms. I know if it were me, in the hindsight, I'd be like, oh, I don't want my child to carry that sort of guilt with them or that sort of feeling of being incomplete because of it. So, and again, you guys know what I feel, but if I'm wrong and there is a hereafter and there is some sort of sentience after this life, I'll bet you your father is would want you to be okay. I just genuinely believe that because I can honestly say if it were me, that's how I would feel. But that's very difficult. Zeno says, honestly, I believe in the afterlife simply because it'd be real fucking disappointing not to. Wet off my back, LMAO. And there's a lot of people that share that, Zeno. And again, I'm one of these people that, and I can't say it enough because I we always, it's a running gag and a running meme about how obnoxious vegans can be, and they can be. Not all of them are. I've got several vegan friends. Some of them, my nephew is a vegan. Very cool about it. He doesn't run in to have to tell the world he's a vegan. It just is a part of who he is. But atheists can be right up there with them too. That irritates me. Just because I don't feel like I know something more than anyone else. I don't feel like I'm smarter than anyone else. It's just that I just believe that our reason for existence is just a series of wildly defeating of the odds instances that came together to give us his life for whatever it's worth. And when it's done, as an individual, when your life is done, it just goes off into nothingness. I think it would be cool if I'm 100% wrong, and those who are religious and believe that there's something really great afterwards are right. And not that I would get to partake in it. I'm sure I would be sent someplace less pleasant. But for the benefit of those who believe and those like people like my wife and my son who that stuff is important to, I would like to think it's there for them. Alyssa says, cheese is clearly your enemy. Perhaps if your wife orders you a 4-cheese pizza, will help you lose your shit enough to finally reach Super Saiyan. If it would get me to Super Saiyan, I would eat it. I can honestly say, if I could goddamn well finally get to Super Saiyan, I would eat that shit-ass cheese from McDonald's even. I would eat a cheese sandwich from McDonald's if it would get me to Super Saiyan. Yeah, I would. I had to stop and think about that, but yes, I would. I want Super Saiyan bad. Yeah, I agree with that, Arthur. Live life so that you have no regrets when you die. That's why I've been involved in many things I have, not for over dramatic purposes, but because it's like I never wanted to get to the end and say, wow, you know what? I really wish I would have done whatever, fill in the blank. I'd rather do it and try it. I've tried a lot of things that sucked. I didn't do them again. But yeah, I agree. If there's something you want to do it. So, again, it's an old adage, but you're only going to live once. What the hell? What are you waiting for? BTG says, I hope there's no afterlife, or a lot of people might be pissed at me for all the necromancy. Also, nice salmon sky. For those of you who don't know, I'll explain it once more. That now that $50 level, we had names for each color, as you'll see, different levels of super chats come in different colors. One of the great debates of all time at Spazboys Comedy was what was going to be the designated color, the designated name for that color. And magenta won. And salmon had been up there. What was it? Was it light pink or something like that? There was a shade of pink that I think Wolverine was pushing. Was it Wolverine was pushing that one? And it left some hard feelings. There were battle scars. There was blood. But in the end, it became magenta. And, for some people, it was a difficult pill to swallow, that defeat. And it's understandable. I did too, Smokey Loki. He said, I love Papa Franco's video on vegan. So did I. And like I said, Same with atheists. It's not fair to say that all vegans are obnoxious, but there's a good hunk of them that are. Same with atheists. Same thing. I just the vegans that feel like they've achieved this upper level of consciousness or social responsibility can go shove a stick up their ass. I might like it. I gave up on going Super Saiyan. I kept having to buy new underwear. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Omega. Every time I try and do it all the time, and goddamn brown streaks. But the thing of it is, when you're an old man, people are just like, oh, it's time. That's all. But eventually they're gonna be going, oh, it's time, and the next thing I know, I'm gonna have a mask over my face, breathing in some sort of gas. Dragon says, I know you don't like vegetables. No, I don't. What about fruit? Yeah, I do like fruits. I'm fruity. Yeah, there's a lot of fruits I like. Love bananas. I like an apple every so often, like oranges. Yeah, there's a lot of fruits I like. Fortunately. Let's see. BTG says people don't die; they reincarnate in another world. A lot of people genuinely believe that, BTG. And again, when I say what my beliefs are, they're just that. They're what I think happens. I certainly don't know. The only thing I know about the next life and if it exists or not is that I don't know. Michael Cat says, Curtis, I'm going to haunt you like Ghost Napa and sing the Ghost Napa song while I'm doing it. That's okay. I would be cool with that, actually, Michael. That's cool. Go right ahead. I guess fruit are tastier than veggies. Yeah, Big Green. I don't know. It's just something that most little kids don't like vegetables. But for me, it was extreme. And it's not, it's not because it's something I sought out. I don't want to dislike vegetables. I'd like to be able to supplement my diet with them, but the taste is just so horrific to me, and I don't know why. Omega Project says, I just stick to Kaioken now. Yeah, agreed, Omega. Keeps the underwear much cleaner. Jamie says, I've been so focused on this chat, I've been neglecting my work. It's all right, Jamie. Priorities. If anybody has a problem with it, you put your boss on this stream, and I'll straighten him or her out. You got to have wait, he or she can't beat me up. Can they? Well, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. If it looks like I can kick their ass, then you put them on this stream and I'll straighten them out. Let's see. Overflow is an anime. Oh, yeah, I've never heard of it though, Walter. Overflow, I just hadn't heard of that one. Baldman, have you ever heard of Jim Gaffigan? Yeah, I like Jim Gaffigan. He's got some good stand-up. He's like one of my favorites. Yeah, I think Jim Gaffigan's funny. Yeah, I like Jim Gaffigan. Had a chance to see him once, had tickets, and then it was at Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, I remember, and something came up, we had to leave early. There was an emergency at home, and I didn't get to see him live. I almost got to see him live, and it's the fuchsia sky. We're going to revisit that. Like I say, that tears up some old wounds, the old magenta sky thing. Jamie says, are you ready to take on a middle-aged Chinese lady? If so, have at it. So that's my yes. If she gives you any shit, you put her right on the stream. I'll take care of that. She doesn't have the coronavirus, does she? That would do me in. Oh shit. I'll be seeing Gabriel Iglesias on February 13th. I'm so excited. Oh really, Moonshine Girl? That's cool. I like Gabriel. Fluffy. I like him. He's a funny dude. Now that'll be a great show to go to. Let's see. Curtis should watch a video. Prasanna says by a guy called Giga. I know Giga. Called Attack on Titan in 9 minutes, which is basically a comedic summary of the first season of AOT. It's hilarious. Oh yeah, just the first season? Then yeah, I could watch that. It wouldn't have any spoilers. Yeah. Excuse me. I know Giga. I like him. I missed the blue. Thank you, pal. It's the fuchsia sky I saw. Oh, okay. There's BTG. Vegans are terrible people. Plants feel too. I've heard other people tell them that as well. BTG. That's right. You got no problem with slicing plants into little pieces and stuff. What the hell? I hear Wolverine screaming from here. LOL, Omega says. God damn, I love these streams. They're so much fun. I zip-tied my penis to a brick. Who is your favorite non-straw hat devil fruit user? Mine is Crocodile. See, that's tough for me. Again, favorites are tough for one simple reason. It's the faulty memory. So if it's... A lot of times I'll go to give you a favorite, and if I do it, minutes later or right after the stream, it's like, oh fuck, I forgot about fill in the blank. So it's never accurate. That's why I don't give too many favorites, because a lot of times it's inaccurate just because my memory is so freaking bad. Let's see. Brother, he says, Curtis, I know you answered this question for me yesterday, but even though First Amendment is within rights of journalists, you still don't believe they shouldn't abuse it when writing their articles? I didn't say they shouldn't abuse it. I said that I don't believe that there should be legal repercussions as far as criminal charges for abusing it. I think there are plenty of avenues for taking up litigation against them for it in civil suits. But unless, like I say, unless you get an extreme case where you have a news outlet that is intentionally and repeatedly publishing false information for the express purpose of misleading the public, then yes, I think there should be a charge. But as far as what we see in our media, where they're just writing stories that omit certain information on purpose or certainly put a certain slant on it, no, I don't think there should be any type of legal comeuppance for that, as far as legal penalties, as far as criminal penalties. The full name is Super Rosé Fuchsia Salmon Sky. Poor Magenta. Magenta Sky will never live a quiet, peaceful life here at Spaz Boys Comedy, because it will always be attacked from all corners because there's so much ill will about how that whole thing went down. Hi, Vort of the Boreal Valley. First stream of yours I've been able to catch and love it. Also, it's definitely Magenta. So, we got another Magenta supporter. Oh, things are getting charged up again on the old Magenta war. Well, thank you, Vort. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're able to come in with us. You guys, like I say, you guys have made me feel so good today. This is awesome. Yeah, you guys, and a lot of you who are here now were obviously here for the great Magenta debate. But for those of you who didn't see it, it was... and I love it because you guys see streams like this, or very rarely do things get heated here. One of the things I love about this community, even when we talk politics or whatever the case may be, people will have differing opinions, but for the most part, everybody behaves themselves. Everybody conducts themselves, states their case. Nobody gets mad. It doesn't get personal. But the whole Magenta thing, there was blood. I mean, people were ready to stab each other over it. And that's one of the reasons I love this community. Magenta for the win. Omega's on board too. Magenta is the right color. See, that's what happened. And basically what's happening here is what took place there. Is there were strong camps for several different terms to describe it. But eventually, like that, Magenta took over. More and more people said, nah, you're right. It's more Magenta than anything else. What happened to Pussy Pink Milak says. Gintama, I've seen a lot of clips of Gintama, John. I remember the thing that stuck out to me about the Gintama clips I saw, and again, I haven't watched any complete episodes, but the clips I saw was how it seemed to have a great balance of action and comedy, and I like that. Obviously, you guys know what a geek I am for anything that makes me laugh, and everything makes me laugh. Let's see. So, Curtis, do you agree that medias like ABC News should be penalized for falsifying those missile target practice videos as clips for the Iran missile launching a few months ago? Is that a case? I think it would be difficult because you would have to prove that they did it on purpose and they weren't just stupid. And that's a lot of the problem with the current media. It's what I outlined when we were talking about this yesterday, is I think that was another case of it was a mistake because there's such a rush to get clicks. There's such a rush to get information out there. I'm sure somebody somewhere had that clip listed as Iran missile launching, and rather than verify it because they needed to get it out there, ABC went after it. Now, do I think legally they should face a repercussion? No, as much as I hate that stuff. But I don't know what the recourse is, other than for people to try and be aware that you just simply cannot trust. That should be enough for someone to look at that ABC did that, and that's so egregious that you would hope it hurts their bottom line, and people go, you know what, fuck you. If you make a mistake that egregious, if you do that little work in assuring us that what you're telling us is the truth, then I don't want anything to do with you anymore. And that's what you hope for. Walter says, Curtis, would you go to my restaurant if I called it the Taste of Pee Pee? Try and keep me away. Huh. Hey Siri, how many miles I ran today? BTG says, oh shit. Jamie says, so my boss was in China over Christmas break. Do you think she would have contracted the virus? I haven't felt anything yet, though. Not sure if you want to cross her, though. Yeah, if she was in China recently, I take that back, Jamie. I don't want a face-to-face fight here. I'll just stay out of that. I love South Park. One of my all-time favorites. Absolutely love South Park. Unfortunately, guys, I gotta go. I heard my wife come in. We got some stuff we got to do today, and I got some editing to finish. This was a phenomenal stream. I had such a good time today. God damn, I got to try and make sure I'm here every Friday because I love Free for All Fridays. It's amazing how much fun I have when I just turn it over to you guys. I mean, that's a testament to you guys and the way you keep everything so lively and so much fun. Over at the Goosh, I will be setting up another recording of another podcast episode. So if you're members of the Goosh, that's our Patreon. I posted earlier today. If you want to make sure you get notified, just go over to our Crowdcast page and hit the like button or the follow button, whatever it is there. But I'll keep you posted at the Goosh as well. But that way you'll always get notified, so you can be a part of those podcast streams. Guys, thank you for this. This chat was an absolute blast today. I had so much fun. Will Salmon, okay. BTG's gonna get in those anti-magenta digs right till the very end. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the fun. And Pamfu, sticky stuff everywhere because it's sticky. We'll bang, okay? Flashily like Buggy. Oh, but without the going Mary. That's difficult. Man, that was intense. But we'll bang, okay? Flashily like Buggy, and most importantly, and forever, you guys know, goosh, 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 goosh. Oh, goosh. That was even creepy to me.